Alright, what's up, guys? This is Smooth on Reviews here, and today I'm going to be talking about an anime that's airing currently in summer 2023 called Liar Liar. So, if you don't know what Liar Liar is an anime where we have our main guy here, Shinohara Hiroto. He is going to a school is he's going to a special school where each student has a phone, and the whole premise is that the students have to face each other in games games like staring contests and just any random games that you can play. And the students have to play these games in order to gain stars so that they can increase like the amount of stars they have and be like at the top, which is 7 stars. Whoever the 7 star is, they're like the strongest, best people at the academy. And the academy, it's not just like one single academy. Like, it's an academy, but there's like multiple schools inside like the whole entire academy. So and then with the games, every student is allowed like 3 abilities that they can activate during these games. And there's obviously some abilities are better than other. There are rare abilities, and then there are also like rare stars that also give you special abilities too. And and basic and this main guy Hiroto, he basically beats this 6 star girl right here, Sayonji, on the first day he comes, due to like a misunderstanding, because she thought that he was trying to like trap him, or played like a prank on him, because she got sprayed with sprinklers in the first episode. So then they battle, and then he ends up winning a red star from her. And so the red star makes it so that you can tell any lie you want, like any lie. And so Hiroto uses that red star to lie about being a 7 star, and that he's like the strongest on like this island or slash academy. And so the reason he has to do that is because the girl that he beat is the daughter of the head of the academy, I believe. And so it looks bad for her if she like loses to like this 1 star like newbie on the first day. So that's kind of the setup of the story. And eventually, these two have to end up working together so they can maintain his lie and no one finds out his or her secrets. And this video, I kind of want to talk about like kind of like the problem with this show that that keeps it away from being like good, because you see right here I have it just as a 6, pretty much where which is pretty much where it's at right now. It's an okay show, but the problem with this show, right, is that it's just the gaming aspect to it, where they have to play games, is not good or interesting at all. Because the thing is, the main character Hiroto, he's basically, in reality, he is a 1 star, but the red star makes him lie and say that he's a 7 star. So obviously, in order to beat these people with like more stars with them, he has to cheat. He has to cheat his way to every single one of his abilities. And basically, he's living with in a mansion with this girl right here, Himeji. And this woman right here is Ichinose, so she's like the head of his like school of their school in the academy. And so she basically assigns Himeji to be a maid for him in a mansion, in order to help him keep up the lie. So so like I just said, he's obviously not a real. He's not a real 7 star. Like he's not what he's lying throughout this entire show, and he cheats his way. Like Himeji, this girl, she helps him cheat the entire time, and then there's also this group of people called the company apparently that Himeji works with, or like that's also like backing up Himeji and Hiroto in order to win, because that's another issue. The company basically just hacks everything, and that's how he cheats. This like secret company or whatever that's backing them just literally just hacks the system and just wins all the games for him. Basically they just, that's how they cheat, by just hacking the system to like give him, to literally just give him the win, depending on like what the game is like. And that's where the show falls off, is because it's not engaging, because he doesn't actually, because okay, so this show, what I've seen most people, well, people compare this show to, it's basically just a mix of No Game No Life and Classroom of the Elite. I watched 2 videos by from the channel Otaku Spirit, and I think isn't it, and the other channel was like Viking Gnome Anime, and they both, that's what they both compare it to. It's just No Game No Life and Classroom of the Elite together, and the problem is that in No Game No Life you can cheat in the games, and like you're not penalized unless you're on notice. Obviously, the same as this. But see, the difference with No Game No Life is that the main character is still like, is actually smart. Like and he doesn't even really cheat. He only cheats in like the first game they play, and then everything after that, it's just literally him just outsmarting everyone. Like he's actually using his brain and just outsmarting people in these games. He's not necessarily, he doesn't cheat anymore after that. And then the difference with like Classroom of the Elite and this and Liar Liar is that the special exams in Classroom of the Elite, they're actually like engaging, and they can those are actually engaging because they don't have like, because, well, for one, obviously no one really cheats, and it also just doesn't have too many aspects to like to the games to where it's confusing for the viewer, because like I mentioned earlier, each game you can have a set of abilities that you can have, and then there's like, and then the stars have abilities, and then there's like hidden abilities that each character has, and that's what makes it so unengaging, because there's so many like aspects that even like if you explain what they are, like the show does like explain kind of like the games and like what the cards do, but it's not really easy to like follow along with, because so many characters just pull these abilities like out of their back pocket, and it's like, and they just win basically, like literally against like, so okay, so this girl, right, I haven't even talked about some of the other characters. So like this girl right here, I think Noah, I think her name is, and then her last name is like Akizuki. Hold on, I can just scroll down. Let me see. Akizuki, her name. So this girl, this is where like the show, this episode 4, when she's introduced, that's when the show kind of like got like a little bit better for me, because these first 3 episodes like really just, the first 3 episodes didn't necessarily do anything amazing, because again it's the main character just cheating and then bullshitting and giving like a bullshit explanation of like how he won the game, even though it's just like the company, like I mentioned earlier, just hacking everything and then just helping him win like that. And so it kind of so the anime kind of relies on like these side characters like her, Akizuki, to like make it more interesting, because the games themselves really just aren't, except for this current game that we're kind of in right now. That's kind of interesting. Like there's only, right, as of the making of this video, there's only 11 episodes out, and it's a 12 episode series, so it's about to end. And the game that we're currently on right now is interesting. So like the first 6 episodes aren't really, so I would say this latter half of the season is where the show kind of like levels off and keeps it away from being like like bad or average. So I'm giving it a 6, right? So the second half is kind of saving it for me. But basically, what I was saying before is like this is so like this girl I keep forgetting her name. Akizuki. Yes. So Akizuki, this girl Akizuki, she becomes like a threat like early on in episode 4 basically, and so in the game we have to fight her in. This character Himeji just pulls a random ability out of her back pocket just to win at the last second, and it happens more than once. And so it's like we have the viewer doesn't really have a sense of like what's going on or like what the heck just happened, because these abilities just appear out of nowhere with no sort of like forewarning or anything. And so and so yeah, that's like a problem with the show. And like here's so so yeah, so yes, again, it's that these games are just not engaging, and the main character is just cheating throughout all, like nothing. That's the thing. Nothing, none of the games matter. None of the games matter, and it does to a certain extent, because we're trying to keep this lie going. So like he can't lose, because if he loses the red star, and then someone else will know like, hey, her and Sayonji here have been lying the entire time, and so that's why he has to keep winning. But again, he's not actually, he's somewhat like smart, but like for majority of it, it's not really his smartness that gets him through the exams. It's literally just the company just hacking away and just giving him everything he needs in order to secure the victory. Okay, and yeah, and the show is just, that's where the show just is just not engaging at all. And little, like, kind of like a small nitpick on for me personally. This is a very small nitpick. I do not like most of the characters' voices in this show, if I'm being honest. Like the main character's voice is fine, but but all of the, like, these girls, like her especially, this Himeji especially, her voice actor annoys me. Not like the voice actor, but just the voice annoys me. Like every time she says Koshiji-sama, like that's like master, I just, it makes me mad, like the way she says that. And then like her voice isn't really that good either. Akizuki's is kind of fine, but still not really all that great. So yeah, that's just a small nitpick on my part. And like also Sayonji's kind of like character, she's kind of like a very how do I say this? Like, okay, if you don't know what the term tsundere is, like look it up. But that's basically what this character is, and like she's more annoying than like entertaining, to say the least. So yeah, those are like those are like the main issues with this show. But like I said, it's still an okay watch. It's not like the absolute worst. So, And so that's pretty much my thoughts on it. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.